I can't believe it's days until I quit my job. Hi, you guys. Until I quit my motherfucking job. And yes, my company is a real estate company, so don't be surprised to see all this construction work behind me. I'm on site and we're supposed to do a shoot, so I'm waiting for the light to come on so we can use the hoist to go to the paint house, because I am not climbing stairs to the 10th floor of a paint house. I won't do that. So where did we stop with my story? Let me continue my story time. Meanwhile, my outfit is actually really nice. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah. You guys, I'm using this game bar and it's frustrating to use it. Where did I stop with my story? I'm filming and I feel so excited. It's doing me like, so fun fact here, I haven't told my boss that I will be quitting yet, but I plan to tell him later this week. I need to sort out a few things before I go into his office and tell him. I haven't even drafted my resignation letter yet, but I will do that. And I just found out on Friday that I'm supposed to give them a month's notice. A month is too much. Isn't 2 weeks fine? But apparently, because I'm a confirmed staff and I am like a full-time staff, I am supposed to give them 1 month's notice before I say I am jackpot dying in the terms of my boss. You say jackpot dying. Before I will say I'm jackpot dying from the office. I feel so happy, so blessed. My time working with my company has been amazing. And just in case you're wondering, let me before I continue my story time, let me give you guys a brief. Let me give you guys a rundown. So I am a corporate communications deputy manager for my company. Basically what that means is I handle everything communications for the company. It's a construction company, a real estate and luxury construction company. Sujimoto. Yes, I worked for Sujimoto. So yeah, so what my job entails basically is handling the communications of the company, the internal and external communications. So the reason you're seeing Sujimoto online, you're hearing Sujimoto this, Sujimoto that, Sujimoto GGG, yeah, is we are now we the runner. I have a full-blown team. I don't work alone. I have the head of the department, Leroy. My shout out to Leroy. He makes work so easy for me. He's the head and I'm his deputy. I'm his assistant. Yes. I think I'm a born leader, because tell me why. Secondary school GSS3, I was the assistant class rep. SS1, I was the assistant class rep. Coming to second year, third year, final year, I was the assistant class rep of my class in the university. So I think I am a born leader, but I don't understand why I'm just assistant. Can't they give me executive role? Why am I assisting? Are they scared of a woman? Anywho, yes. So when it comes to branding, when it comes to PR, when it comes to communications, when it comes to creative directing, I am the baddest, quotes me anyway, I'm the baddest creative director of my company. I said it because I am very creative. So when it comes to videos, when it comes to artworks, when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to something that has to be graphically aligned, I love to do a lot of research as to how the communication, as to how the video is going to pan out. So there has to be like a story around it. There has to be one crazy idea around it. And I love doing it. I enjoy doing it a lot. I do a lot of scripting. I do a lot of management. Handling a team is so much work. But as we progress, I will give you guys the tea and the gist of that. This 30 days is really going to be power packed. It's going to be a lot of sharing. So, but for today, I'm going to continue my story time. Now, remember I told you guys that I do not know nobody in those Lagos. I just said, let me carry my bag and come and accept one job that they gave me. So the first thing I remember doing was calling my dad. I called my dad and My dad is not in the country. My dad is not in Nigeria. So I called him and I was like, oh, daddy, I just got a job. I come from a very strict home. I promise you guys, I don't know if anybody comes from a home that is stricter than mine, but I come from a very, very strict home. So when I was calling my dad, I was so scared. I was so skeptical. I'm that girl that when I speak to my daddy, I'm like, coiling my feet. I'm that girl. Yes. So when I called him, I was like, oh daddy, I just got a job in Lagos. I just applied and they gave it to me. I'm going to be a social media manager to a company. The company is a real estate company. I don't really know it. And then the only thing he said to me was, as long as it makes you happy, go for it. And then he asked me where I was going to be staying. And I remember lying to him that I was going to be staying with a friend, which was a big fat lie because I didn't know nobody. But I just didn't want him to say no to me going. And I didn't want to have to be in that position where I am disobedient to want to go when my dad doesn't want me to go. So I lied. I said I had a friend that I was going to be staying with. And when he said that, I swear it was literally just tears running down my cheek, because that's the first time in my entire life that my dad is supporting, not supporting, but like for him to not have anything to say, for him to not even query me so much as to say, oh, let me see the person, let me speak to the person, where are you going to, blah 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 blah. He was like, I think you're at the point where you understand what you're an adult. So I was like, okay, that's my daddy. But I cried, I legit cried, because it was emotional. So after that, I then went to tell my uncle that, oh, I've gotten a job in Lagos, but I don't have a place to stay. Normal me, I don't share problems. So you see that house thingy, I will hunt the house and I will reach out to people and I will do whatever it is I can to just make sure I sort it out. But something in me just kept pushing me to tell my uncle. And this was after I'd already called like 2 friends. I called one of my friend that stays in Lagos, and he said, it was a guy, yes, a guy. I could have been living with a guy. It was a guy, but he was staying in like a 2-bed apartment, and he's like a very good friend of mine. I've known him for like, as at that time, I had known him for like 3 years, 3 years ish. So, and since I know he has a 2-bed and he doesn't use the second bedroom, I was like, I mean, I could be your housemate. I could pay rent. I don't mind paying rent. That's fine. It's an ensuite room, so there's not going to be clashes. For all of you that's going to be thinking, yeah, but anyway, I'm open to having a male roommate. I really don't see anything wrong in doing that. A lot of people will come for me, but yes, I don't see anything wrong in doing that. Then I reached out to him. He said something happened. I can't even remember what he told me at that time, but he was not available. I could not stay with him. Then I called one of my classmates from school. I was roommates with her in my 2nd year in school. And I just said, it's a long shot. Let me just try my luck. I know she stays with her parents, which I still did not mind, because I mean, I work, I did come work. I know they can't do anything. I'm coming to work and earn money and hustle. So I reached out to her and she said, no, I could not stay with them. So that was when I was in a state of dilemma as per what is going to happen with my accommodation. How am I going to move to Lagos? So I told my uncle, and then when I told my uncle, oh my god, I will forget forever and ever hold my uncle dear, because when I told him, he was like, my uncle is very funny. He has a very, very funny way of responding to things or reacting to things. So when I told him, say, congratulations, so very soon you'll be sending me money, that's very nice. And then I told him about the accommodation thing. He was like, so how do I want to do it? What do I want to do? He now said, let him call somebody, but he doesn't know. He now called a friend of his, a female that used to handle his account when she was in Inewi, because my uncle sells in Inewi. So she called him, he called her rather, and then he explains to her, like, he didn't even do too much. And then she was like, shout out to this, my auntie. I say shout out to her, because everything was just God at this time. It was just God working his kingship ways. It was just him doing his thing. Because what's the odds that someone would take you in randomly without even knowing you? So she said sure that I could come, and then this was something that was happening on a Friday, Saturday. And then I remember I traveled like a week after that, I kept calling Uju because I was anxious. I was like, this one that they say they gave me job, but they've not called me, they've not done anything. Me, because I've not worked in a corporate organization before, I was really anxious. I was like, when am I resuming? They're supposed to call me, they're supposed to give me this one, they're supposed to give me that one. Yeah, that was my thought. So I just said, please, I'm going to go and resume. I didn't even wait for the 2 weeks because Uju was telling me that, I can stay for like 2 weeks before I resume, be pumped up and all. But I was like, let me just come and resume, Jerry. Why am I staying? Let me just come and walk and resume. Now, so I carry my leg, go say I did come Lagos. That was the story of my life. I came, I saw, I conquer, I eat. So I came. My auntie was really, really receptive towards me. I'm not related to her. She had no reason to had accommodated me, if not for the fact that she's a good person. Honestly speaking, she had no reason, and she hosted me for about 3 months. 3 months. I could have stayed at hers more, and my uncle even wanted me to stay more, but the kind of person I am, I'm up and doing. So 3 months coming into Lagos, the fact that I was in my auntie's house and I didn't have to pay for food helped me save enough money. And then my workplace had a bus that brings us to work and takes us back home. At that point I was really just a baller, because all my money, what did I use them to? I was just saving it. I was not really doing anything with the money. So I was able to save enough money and get an apartment 3 months after I came into Lagos. Yeah. So I got like a mini shared apartment. It's a shared apartment, but it's a duplex-ish apartment. Like, everybody is still on their own. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like we're all in a house together with different rooms. No, it's a proper apartment, like a duplex. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, yes, I was able to get my own apartment, and that was an achievement for me. I've been in my apartment for like 2 years now. Yes. So I think that's enough story. We will continue the story tomorrow. And I will be sure to give a little bit of tip while we tell tomorrow's story. So that's all. Stay tuned. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot I want to share, and I'm really, really excited to be doing this. I know I've done so much for myself, and I know I've done so much for my company, and I'm proud of what I have done so far. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been obstacles, there's been bad times and good times, but everything has been fun. Everything has been amazing. Today I'm at the Lucrezia. I'm supposed to do a shoot, and I want to give it my best, because that's pretty much the last video they are going to see me in before I so yes, that's it. I did love my job so much, because everything about it resonated my personality. I'm a creative guru. I was in a creative team. Everything was nice. Everything was juicy. Everything was nice. Yeah. Bye. See, let me tell you guys, if you guys have not subscribed at this point, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube at this point, I feel like you're a hater. You're a hater and you don't like good things. You just don't like good things. Please subscribe and please share my video. Follow me on Instagram, @Maya_, and you can follow me on TikTok as well. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy everything. Sweet, nice, juicy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you guys tomorrow. We continue tomorrow.